Guys, I am back in my kitchen with another video to show you all how I do my fish cake in my kitchen. I know it as fish cake, the English name, the Creole name, I know it as akra. That's the name for it in Creole. So I do not know how you call it in your country, but that's the name we call it in our country. I boil it already because it's a fish with a lot of salt, so you have to boil it to take out the salt and clean it because it has some little bones. You have to clean it properly. So I do my batter for my fish cake. Guys, I am back in my kitchen with another video to show you how I do my fish cake my way in my kitchen. I do not know how you call it in your kitchen, but we call it fish cake in English in my country, and the Creole name we call it akra. I do not know how you call it in your kitchen. Now the ingredient we're gonna use today, I boiled the saltfish already. I clean it to the size that I want. This is the seasoning I gonna use inside of it, but I have to chop it a little smaller. You do it with whatever seasoning you have at your home. If you have onion, you can use the onion alone. If you have the sweet pepper, you can use the sweet pepper alone. Now the time I'm gonna clean it, like take out the leaf, because I do not want this inside of it, so I have to take it out. So I'm gonna show you how I just hold it and I just bring it down to take out what I want from it, and the other, this is gonna be garbage. So now I'm gonna take a clean tissue to show you. My cupboard is clean, but I just want to show you how I'm gonna cut because I want the seasoning has to be very small. So I'm gonna take my seasoning, I'm gonna put it on the board, and I'm gonna chop it small to the size that you want. I'm gonna do very fast. Guys, please like and subscribe to my channel so I can bring you simple video what I do in my kitchen, so at least the video can help someone to show them how to do akra, or it doesn't matter, whatever video that I post. Yes guys, make sure your seasoning is chopped to the size that you want it in your kitchen. So yeah, I'm gonna cut it to the size that I want. You could blend the seasoning, but I don't like it blend. Sometimes when you blend it, it blends too fine, so it's better you chop it the way that you want it. Fish cake, akra, whatever name, how you know it, it's a tradition in my country, but sometimes I will just do it because, especially if I feel for it, I will do it. It's Good Friday. 99% people in my country will do it. Who cannot do it, the neighbor will send for them, but this is something I raised doing, my mom doing for us. If she don't have, the neighbor will give us. If it's the fried bake, they exchange. Now I'm gonna put my seasoning on the plate to show you how I cut it the size that I want. Like I said again, it's your kitchen. This is the seasoning, this is the size I cut it, so you don't have to cut it like me, but I'm just showing you. And now this is my empty bowl. I'm gonna pour the seasoning in the bowl. This is the seasoning. I like to wash my hand. I like to keep the place clean. I hate a dirty kitchen, guys. Like everything I take, I have to wash. So guys, how are y'all doing? Yes guys, I'm showing y'all how I do my fish cake in my kitchen. This is the saltfish. I wash it. It can be a little small, but sometimes when I eat in the fish cake, I like to see the saltfish inside of it. So yes guys, your hand clean, it's your kitchen, so you can look for bones, because sometimes when you think you take out the bone, all it still have inside of it. So now I'm gonna add my saltfish to my seasoning. I'm gonna mix everything together. Everything together. You do it your way, the way you want in your kitchen. I'm using my hand because I want everything to. You can use a spoon if you feel like, but my kitchen I want to use my hand. So you see guys, this is how it's gonna be. The saltfish and the seasoning mixed together. Okay, now I'm gonna wash my hand because I don't think I need my hand to be inside of it again. This is something we grew up with. We love it, we love it, we love it. We love it. Now you have a choice. Either you put your flour, add your flour to your saltfish and your seasoning, or you add your seasoning. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the flour. Like I said, I do not measure when I cooking. I just use my measurement of my head. So I'm gonna pour maybe 1.5, no, I'll say 2 cups of flour. And now I'm gonna use cold water, warm water, whatever water you feel like, and I'm gonna add the water to it. I know what I'm doing, so don't do like me, don't pour so much water. I'm gonna pour all the water I had in the bowl. Gonna keep on mixing. So you mix. If it's too soft, you have to add a little more flour. Now I'm gonna go with a little bit of turmeric. If you don't have turmeric, you can use curry. So I'm using a little bit of turmeric. I'm using black pepper. I'm using some parsley, dry parsley inside of it. It's your choice, whatever you have, you use. A little bit of cayenne pepper, very good for the body, very good. Cayenne pepper is very strong, so you have to be careful, especially if you have kids to eat. So now you're gonna mix. Keep on mixing. Make a little mess. Little mess. Yes guys, this is how I do it in my kitchen. Keep on mixing until everything mixed together. Little mess. Just clean while. Now, when you mix it, you might realize it's too soft. It's too soft there, so you're gonna add a little more flour to it. You don't want it hard, you don't want it too soft. You're gonna mix again. Continue mixing everything. Remember, I haven't put any salt in it yet. Now I'm gonna put that last. I will show you what I'm doing, because with me, I do not like baking powder in mine. I have to separate it to do mine separate. Now I'm gonna take another spoon. This is mine. Mine not gonna have baking powder. This is mine. So now I'm gonna add, the reason why I take out mine because I do not like the taste of baking powder in anything I doing, so I don't put in mine. So now I'm gonna use a spoon of baking powder. I'm gonna use a little bit again. Okay, you do it how you feel comfortable in your kitchen. Remember, I haven't tasted to see if it have any flavor, any salt. So in a while, because I want everything to mix properly. Yes guys, this is how I do my fish cake in my kitchen. I like to clean it to see the bowl in a mess. Keep on mixing until you mix it. Keep on mixing. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of flour and a little bit of more water because I have to shake. I'm gonna add a little bit of water to it. Okay guys. Just make sure you mix everything mixed together. Okay guys, now I'm gonna taste to see if it has salt and flavor, because that's the reason why I didn't put nothing, just these things, because sometimes it's still, the saltfish still have salt, so you have to be careful. So now I'm gonna taste. It only have the taste of the seasoning. You can only take the taste of the seasoning inside of it. So now I'm gonna go with a little bit of Ohio, not too much, because you're looking for flavor now. Make sure you mix everything. Now it's a little too soft. You see how it's going down there? It's a little too soft. So now I have to add a little more flour to it. Guys, I hope this video helps someone this morning. Good Friday. If you can share with someone, share. If you do, you share. God said to share. I'm gonna taste it again. I'm gonna put a little bit of all-purpose seasoning inside of it, because you have to give it taste. I'm gonna add a little bit of curry. You just need to be careful with the seasoning you're using, because especially when you get cold, that is when you're taking the taste of the salt inside of it. So you have to be very careful with it. I'm gonna taste it now to see. Okay guys, now I'm gonna add the salt. As much as salt don't good for our body, it gives the food flavor. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. Be careful with your salt. gonna taste it now to see. I'm looking for flavor now. Okay, good. Now guys, one thing I'm gonna say to you, it's too soft. You see the way okay, let me take the proper spoon for you to see what I'm talking about. When you're gonna fry your okra, this is how you're gonna take the okra to put in the, you see the way it is there now, it's going down too soft. You see? It is too soft. So now what you do, not too hard, not too soft. You're gonna add a little bit of flour again. Not much, little. Okay guys, your fish cake batter is done. This is how I do my fish cake in my kitchen. Clean the bowl to show you how I do it. How I do my fish cake. Guys, this is the fish cake. It's done. Just need to fry it. Okay? This is the fish cake. So when you take it like, okay? You do it with what you have your way in your kitchen. I'll be back to show you all how I fry. To show you all how I fry the fish cake. I'm gonna do the one without baking powder first. Now guys, I do not know why. I wish somebody would answer that question too. I do not know why when people do fish cake, it having so much oil. I do not know, and I cannot answer that question, and I wish somebody would answer that question to me. Now you do not put a lot of the paste, whatever you want to call it. You don't put a lot because it might burn and never cook inside of it. So this is how you're gonna take the spoon, take a little bit, and while you put it, you tap it, like you play with it so that it can open. Because if you do it, you just drop it, it might burn and never cook. So this is how I do it in my kitchen. So I'm doing half with baking powder, half without baking powder, because I don't like it with baking powder, because I just don't like baking powder taste. I don't like it. I know some people will say if you don't put baking powder, it's not gonna have taste, but for me, it's okay. So you have to put the fire very low, not low, but in a way where it can cook, because if you put it very low, the oil gonna get cold and it gonna drink more oil. So you have to be careful how you set your fire. It can be low, it can be high, in between. So it could have the right fire so that it can cook. So guys, this is how I do it. How are y'all doing, my people? Please like and subscribe to my channel so I can bring y'all more video, simple video in my kitchen with the things that I cook. At least it can help someone, show them how to do fish cake. I do not know how you call it in your country, but this is how we call it in our country. So I do not know why it's drink oil. I just don't know why. No matter how you do it, it will drink the oil. I don't know. Maybe they have a professional to show me how to do it for it not to drink oil. So this is the way it's done, my people. So when you see it getting a little color, whatever color you want it, then you're gonna turn it around. You will sometimes you see it brown, but inside of it don't cook, so you have to be careful. That's why you can give it a lot of fire. You can put the fire high underneath it. I love fish cake when someone do it for me. If someone do it for me, maybe I'll eat 10. But if like I doing it there, it's maybe I eat only 3. But if you do it and send it to me, maybe they have people in the house, they might not even get. That's to show you how I like it, but not when I make it. I think I don't like it because of the oil, too much oil. Now, you see it frying there, the oil, the fire, it's a little too low underneath it. But then you cannot put the fire too low because it will drink the oil. Sometimes you see the color, it's very pretty, but trust me, inside of it, it do not cook. Now I'm gonna put it in that bowl because of the oil, so I want it to stand up so the oil can drain from it. If I put the fire a little too high, it will burn and it's not gonna cook. This is the one without the baking powder. I don't like baking powder. I don't know. I think something about baking powder. I think it's the taste I don't like. So you're gonna mix your batter back, mix it, and take a little bit. You pour it and you open it so that it can be flat. Take your batter, you pour it and you open it with the spoon, like the center you play with it. You pour it and you play with it so it can be wide. You can just drop it in the oil, like you have a choice. You can just leave it like that, but for me I like to open it so it cook properly. See, simple. The last one, sorry, I wanted to show you. Okay, this is it. You have a choice. You leave it like that, simple, or you open it. The reason why I like to open it so it can cook properly, because if you leave it and you just drop it, it might take color and it do not cook inside of it. So this is the first step without the baking. With it's hot. I'm trying to break one to show you all, but it's hot. So guys, this is it. Oh no sir, it's too hot. It's too hot. Yes guys, this is my fish cake. That's how I like my fish cake. When it's done, you can see the saltfish inside of it. Ooh. Now you know it's the oil that making it so hot in your hand. Yes guys, that's how I like my saltfish. To see the saltfish inside of it while I'm eating it. That's the first one I'm tasting. You can take the taste of the salt, the seasoning, everything inside of it. I like it, but this is mine. The only reason I told you I don't like to do it, because of the oil. I like when somebody do it for me, especially if it stay for the next day, guys. Oh my god. And you eat it with a bread or whatever bread you have, or baked float, whatever you want to call. You see in the saltfish inside of it. This is how I like it. Yes. Mmm. So nice. Mm. That one didn't drink too much oil, but I do not know why. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn. Okay, you can turn everything together, but whew, sometimes by dropping it, the oil can fly and hurt you, so you have to be careful. Guys, when our parents used to do that for us when we were small growing up, the first one that cooked, everybody had to get a piece inside of it. Everybody had to get a little piece and wait until they finish do everything. This is the things we raise with our tradition in the Caribbean. I do not know if everybody do it, but I know for sure my mom used to do it for us. Yes. My mom used to do it for us. As far as I can remember, she used to do it for us. It's very simple to do. Just follow the ingredient I have in the video. Just follow the video, and yes, you can do it at home in your kitchen. You can leave it whatever color you want it to be. If you like brown, white, you can leave it as long as you want for it to take the color that you're looking for. But for me, it's okay for me. No one can take a little. Yeah, the fire have to be low, not high, because if it's not if it's low, it's not gonna cook properly. It will take the color, but it will not cook inside. So you have to be careful. Okay guys, the first set is done. That's the one without the baking powder. Now I'm gonna do the one with the baking powder. I'm gonna mix it properly. I'm gonna use the other spoon so I can take it properly. Okay, this is how you do it. You do not take a lot, and make sure you flatten it, the inside, like it could cook properly. Okay guys, when you put it, you make sure you open it so it can cook properly for you. This is how I do it in my kitchen. I'm gonna Guys, this is the way that I do it in my kitchen. Just leave it there, it's gonna do its own thing. So now I put the first set to drain the oil, so I'm gonna change. This is how the first set look. My fish cake in my kitchen. Now it need oil, but I'm not gonna put the oil in it yet, because if I put the oil in it now, it's gonna drink too much oil. So I'm gonna let these ones finish cook and gonna put the oil, add more oil to it, to the pot. This is one thing I know how to do it, but at the same time I hate it. I don't like doing it, but someone asked for me to make the video to show them how, so this is how. Okay, I said okay, I'm gonna do it. You see how it's different from the first one, because this one have baking powder and this one don't have baking powder. You see how it's flat? This is how I like it for myself. You see so much oil that was in the pot, it drained the oil. You see how it empty? Now I don't want to put the oil because the oil gonna be cold. So it's gonna be worse if I put it. So I have to let these ones cook and then add the oil. Okay. You see the oil dropping? It have a lot of oil. See? That is why I don't like it, because of the oil. So now I'm gonna add some oil to the pot. I'll be back, guys, to show you all the finish. Like I tell you all, I love mixing it, but I do not like to fry it for one reason. You see the fact that it drinks oil? I hate it. So, yes guys, this is the way that I do it in my kitchen. This is the one with the baking powder, and this is the one without baking powder. So I hope this video helped someone. But guys, when you're gonna try to do it at home, be careful with the fire. The fire cannot be low, it cannot be high, because you see like what I'm talking about. You see like this one, the oil was a little bit too hot or the fire was too high, so it take a little brown color and maybe the inside do not cook. So it's a very tricky stuff to do. You have to know how to do it. The professional that can do it, they are good at it. But like I said, I enjoy it when somebody else make it, not when I make it. So this is the finish. That's the way that I do it. The finish look of the fish cake. Like the finished look of my fish cake in my kitchen.